Alright guys, welcome back. We're here at JamPlay.com discussing becoming a great rock rhythm guitar player. Now this lesson I want to get into the metronome and the 3 rock tempo zones. Now again, to reiterate, the metronome is a very, very key element of becoming a great rhythm rock guitar player. Though there's many ways to use a metronome, right now we're just going to discuss the simple and effective way of 4 beats in a measure. If you're playing in 4/4, it's just a click on every beat. What's important about using the metronome is moving it around to different tempo zones, to different tempos. You don't want to get stuck. You never want to have a tempo comfort zone. You want to be able to rock at any tempo, whether it's really slow, which can be very difficult, right in the middle, or really fast in a punk rock kind of way. You want to be comfortable in all of these zones. So that's the importance of always moving your metronome around. But again, the point is that you're always using your metronome. Maybe you play along with a lot of records or you set up drum loops. That is great stuff to do as well. But I highly, highly suggest to also take as much time as possible just playing you and the metronome. Alright, so let's take a look at using the metronome at 110 beats per minute. And I'm just going to play a simple power chord riff. I'll go into power chords more soon in a later lesson, and also just a downstroke picking. So I'm just going to be playing here starting on the 3rd fret, the G power chord, up to the A, up to the A on the 5th, and the F sharp on the 2nd. And this is just to exemplify mainly using the metronome at 110 beats per minute. 1 click per beat in a bar of 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that we've discussed the metronome a little bit more, I'd like to expand and go into what I consider the 3 rock tempo zones. These zones are defined by the number of beats per minute. So we're looking at what I call stoner rock zone, the classic rock zone, and the punk rock zone. Stoner rock is going to be from 50 beats per minute up to 100 beats per minute. That's that zone of tempo. The classic rock tempo zone is going to be from 100 beats per minute up to 145 beats per minute. The punk rock tempo zone is going to be from 145 beats per minute up forever, 200 let's call it. So I'm going to be referring to these zones throughout the course. And I'm going to be doing this to enhance your awareness of tempo and where we're at. Though maybe we'll be playing something in the stoner rock zone at 80 beats per minute, or maybe it will be 95 beats per minute. Or in the classic rock zone, it might be 120, or it might be 135. In the punk rock, it might be 150, might be 174. The point is of the rock tempo zones is to create an awareness of where you're playing and where you're at, and to identify these 3 areas. The interesting thing about rock music is that as you speed up or slow down the tempo, it pretty much changes the style of rock it is. Again, the slower stuff, it's like stoner rock, it's Black Sabbath, it's mellower. Sometimes it's not mellower, but it's that sludgy kind of drive. It still rocks. the classic rock, in that tempo zone. Then you speed up higher. It's almost like a spectrum, and as you go, it leads to the next style of rock music. As we know, punk rock music tends to be high tempos. So this is something to look at and keep in mind, and that I will keep bringing up as we continue to learn about being a great rock rhythm guitar player.